Hey everyone, welcome to the CSI Secret Store community call. Today is the August 22, 2024. This call falls under the CNCF Code of Conduct. It's recorded and published to YouTube. Um, if you already haven't, please add your names to the attendees list. I can help moderate the call, and Nilek will help with the notes. Okay. We have a small agenda. I think Abhijit, the first one is something you added.
Yes. So I was going through the changes required for the rotation, if
Mm-hmm.
I could contribute. Then I came across this PR. I guess Tommy raised this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, there was just a note that discuss something on the Slack, and we are going to close. So what was the case? Like, is it not feasible, or uh,
No,
we plan? Yeah.
so I actually demoed the changes in a later meeting. I can share it in the notes. I think at the time that Tommy had opened this PR, the feature required explicitly being turned on as a feature flag. Which is why it was not implemented. But now that feature is already reached GA. So we should be able to do this. One other blocker for it was also because today we still have the sync as Kubernetes secret in the driver, right? So like the rotation piece needed to be handled for that as well. But now that we're doing the controller and uh, the feature in the driver will be deprecated soon, we can do this just for the mount logic. So this is totally doable. This we should prioritize this in the coming iterations as the controller reaches beta and we only have the mount in the driver.
Okay. And when you mentioned that you were waiting for the GA for that require republish feature, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll drop a link to this one, but this basically was the POC.
Uh, yes.
But if that
So
is something you're interested in contributing to, we can work on it.
sure, I can take a
Uh,
look. The
Anish,
second
don't
part,
you?
yeah,
Sorry, real
sorry.
quick, Abhijit, on that. Anish, don't you already have a PR for this, or was
No,
it the
I
same
had a
Tommy's
PR
PR?
when I was showing the demo for it, but the PR, no, I closed that PR.
Okay. Sorry, Abhijit. Good.
Yes. So just a little bit curious. Right now we have something called interval, right? After that time, we will check if there is a new content and we will mount that. Uh, as per this that closed PR, we are going to remove that rotation period. So how we are going to decide the frequency? Because this can affect the customers. Assume some customers they don't want that frequent calls to their secret source.
So we will not remove that poll interval, right? So right now the poll interval exists and that tells the controller at which intervals it has to go and talk to the provider. But even in the new requires republish, we will have a poll interval to guard against making those frequent requests. So the way it has worked from the POC that I saw was kubelet will keep calling the drivers continuously. There is no like back off or anything, right? It keeps calling. It is up to the drivers to decide what they want to do with that request. It can just be considered as a no-op call, or it can go and do whatever it needs to on the back end to confirm the mount point has everything that's required and it hasn't changed. So we will have that poll interval to say if the request comes in too frequently, we would tell kubelet that we are not doing anything. This is just a no-op. But after that poll interval has elapsed, we would go and talk to the provider and see if anything has changed on the provider side in terms of key vault, the secret store. And if it has, then we would update it. So the logic in the driver would still be very similar. We would still have that control using that poll interval and we would not call the provider for every single request that the kubelet makes to us.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions, Abhijit, you had on that one?
No, that's it. I will take a look at the link you provided.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Um, Nilik, do you want to talk about the controller V0.01 release?
Yes. So yesterday, I completed like everything that we need to cut a release, and I'm just waiting for that PR to get merged. I don't know why it's taking so long. Uh,
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
Anish,
the
you
Pro bot is being really weird.
right. It
The
is
CI is
taking
being migrated this week,
forever.
so it's not going to work.
Sorry.
Okay.
The CI is being migrated this week. If you look at the announcements on KK, it basically says do not do a release this week. Nothing's going to work.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
sure.
planned some tests, it paused on some, but yeah,
Right. So it is now just waiting on one test, or should we just like I don't think we can do anything but wait, I guess.
I'm gonna try triggering it.
Can you trigger?
I mean, I'm just doing slash test to see if it forces it to do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it did
Yeah,
work.
but
Okay.
okay. But the bottom line is, yeah, so we have everything that we need. And once this release PR is merged, we'll have the staging image built. I'm gonna test the staging image and then basically promote it to prod and we'll tag a release. So we are almost there. Having said that, we have actually identified few more like follow-ups that we can probably possibly do V0.0.2 and might be a good idea for other contributors as well to sort of step in. So I think Abhijit and I think we have some other folks replied over on the Slacks. So we have created like the follow-up issues and things like that. So as and when if you guys are interested and have bandwidth, please feel free to jump in and what we can actually do is what I'm thinking is maybe we don't have a good forum today, but maybe next community call I'll put up on the agenda and we can probably discuss as a group like what are different things that we want to do and then just basically do a triage kind of a session to make sure uh, like if anybody's interested they can pick up the work and things like that.
Cool. Okay. Anything else on the controller?
I think that's it. Mo, do you have any other questions? Or
Okay.
okay, good.
Uh, I think the last one, Abhijit, I know you had Naman look at it. I wanted to see if there are any updates on it because I pinged Naman on the PR and I haven't gotten any response.
Yeah, so I'm investigating this.
Okay.
So one of the help that we got is that it is not necessary that we should move to EKS cluster. We can still use the GK cluster,
Hmm.
which is in the community infra.
Right.
So it will make so this can help us to make the very less changes and existing test can run as it is. So I'm working on that. So I have created one PR. Just need little bit help from some other Google internal team because they made similar change earlier. So yeah, working on a PR.
Is your PR to test infra?
Yes, in the test infra.
Okay. Could you share a link or maybe just post it in the agenda here just so like we can follow as well?
Sure.
Okay. Uh, okay. And then in terms of announcements, so we also published the V1.4.5 release for the driver, which has the CVE patches. And then it also has some Helm chart updates with the sidecars that's used, the node driver registrar and liveness probes. But that is it. Do folks have anything else that they want to discuss?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yes, so I have added the pull request there. So it is just a sample. I just want to check that whether the new cluster will work or not. If it works, I will just migrate to the new cluster. So I guess that KTS infra probuild is a GK cluster, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, so ideally it should work. Just that I need to add our service account, that secret source CSI driver GCP service account, so that it will still be able to fetch the secret from Google Secret Manager.
Wait, you said you want to try this PR to see if it fails or if it works.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not much familiar with the test infra, how to test it locally. So that's why I'm taking help from someone.
So I would say if you want to test it instead of the release job, so this release job doesn't run all the time. It only runs when we do the release. So basically this, I would say re-add the pull GCP job because the pull job you can actually test it in the repo once you add the job. But I'll add a comment here. So
Okay.
let's follow on the PR.
So, so okay, and that will execute even before submission of the change.
No, it won't. So basically, you have to get this PR merged. And once this PR is merged, you can test it on the driver repo.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And we can keep it as an
I
optional
hope
job so it doesn't block CI.
Okay, I hope it won't block anyone else if I
Yeah,
submit this.
we can do that. So like
Okay,
I'll add the comments here. So let's do that.
sure, sure. Thanks.
Okay. I think that is it. Talk to you folks again in 2 weeks. So maybe in 2 weeks from now, we'll talk about the 0.0.2 planning for the
Okay.
controller.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.